Good morning, everyone. This is the Project Sleuth, and today I want to talk about a project that I've undertaken over the course of the last couple of months. It's to build these shelves. These are metal pipe and wood shelves. They're pretty attractive. Here I've built them for a retail application, but you could easily build these for a kitchen pantry at home or maybe a closet organizer. So I'm just going to take you around and show you what I've done and talk about the construction and give you some tips to hopefully help you along. You can see that what we've done here is we've created a metal frame that holds the shelves sort of floating against the wall here, and then up above we've used a ledger board to attach a hanging rod for apparel here in the store. And you can see that we've completed all these shelves here in the foreground and are currently selling merchandise. And this is going to be our new beautiful apparel wall. So let's talk about construction a little bit. We use black iron pipe, 3/4 inch black iron pipe. I'm going to put this shelf together here for you just to show you the basics of construction. I used these, what are they, common boards? They're like 1x12s. I glued a 2-inch fir piece on the back side of the shelf. You can see this one here is an example. This 2 inches here is glued on to the common board, and then on the front I glued another board on perpendicular to the shelf to create this bullnose appearance in the front to make the shelf just look thicker and more durable. But by using common boards rather than a thicker piece of wood, I was able to cut my costs significantly. I also used a polystain. It's a color and polyacrylic in one product. All these materials I got from Home Depot and Lowe's, really easy to find, relatively inexpensive, but really attractive. So here I'm gonna show you what well, actually first I'll tell you what I've done here is created the first shelf step. This is a 24-inch pipe with a floor flange. I've used 3/4 inch black iron pipe. You could also use 1/2 inch pipe and save yourself some money, but for a commercial application, for durability, I decided to use 3/4 inch pipe. It's a little more expensive, but that's what we decided to do. So this is a 2-foot shelf, and what that enables us to do on the bottom is merchandise with various methods underneath. We can put some big stuff like these camp chairs over here, and there's plenty of room on the bottom. So that's why we did that. You can easily make this a 1-foot shelf instead of a 2-foot shelf, or you can make it 18 inches. You can really space these shelves out to whatever you'd like. Each of the shelves above the 2-foot bottom and first shelf is 1 foot. That's the way that we constructed them. And then up at the top, you can see that we've flanged the frame into the stud. So I want to talk about that a little bit. So these shorter shelves, you can see, don't have the top frame and the flange. What we've done here instead is we have L bracketed the shelves into the studs You can see one there as well. And that keeps the shelf sturdy and attached to the wall, keeps it from moving away from the wall and side to side, whereas the vertical structure of the pipe creates the stability, the vertical stability for the shelves. So the two different ways to do it, either L-bracketing the shelves into the studs, actually three ways to do it. Flanging the top of the pipe frame into the stud, which we've done here, and in addition we added L brackets to the bottom two shelves. We didn't add them to the top three shelves, but creating the anchor into the studs on the bottom and the top creates enough stability through the whole system that we were satisfied with that. And then the final option for anchoring the top of the frame would be to use the ledger board. We did the same sort of construction here for our apparel rods. We flanged the pipe into a ledger board, and then the ledger board is lagged into the studs in the wall behind it to create the stability and the structure. You could use this same approach to the shelves down below if your pipes weren't going to terminate at the top on studs. So there are a couple of different considerations to make here. If if spacing the vertical pipes is, if the spacing isn't going to be aesthetically pleasing because of where the studs are behind them in the wall, you could use the ledger board concept to put the verticals where you want them and then anchor them up above using the flange system. So those are just a couple of considerations to make. Another consideration to make, and I've seen construction, this is the second system like this that I've built. The last one we used barnwood instead of stained and finished boards. It came out looking really neat, but the shelves were kind of rough and would snag things occasionally, so we decided for this application to go with some nice smooth boards that won't allow apparel or anything folded up onto them to get caught. Another consideration to make is you don't necessarily have to drill holes through the boards to bring the pipe up through. We did it because it looks neat. We appreciate the aesthetic of it, but you could easily create the same frame system and just have the front of the shelf terminate right behind the pipe. So what we did, I'll talk a little bit about construction, is we bought flanges, pipes, various sizes, T's, and 90-degree elbows. That's all. We didn't buy any other black iron pipe components besides those four: flanges, T's, pipes, and 90-degree elbows. So we set this up, we drilled the holes, the through holes for the pipe at the same distance from the wall on every shelf. And that way we're ensuring uniformity throughout the system. And what we did is we just drilled the hole 1/8 of an inch wider in diameter than the pipe, and that allows the shelf to rest right on top of the fitting. And let's see if I can get a good angle here. I'll show you how we put these together. Okay, here we go. This guy set right on top here like that. Okay, so you can see construction is pretty straightforward. Next thing I'll do is make sure that the verticals are vertical and level. I'll measure this distance between the wall and the pipe here at the bottom and compare that to the distance between the wall and the pipe here right above the hole. Make sure those are the same with both pipes. They're both vertical and level, and then we will add the L brackets into the studs here to secure the shelf to the wall. So that's it. That's the project today. I hope this helps. If this is a project that interests you, I hope that this was useful information for you. And if you appreciate this video, please like it and hit the subscribe button. And until next time, happy sleuthing.